Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Today I got more alpha for you. This is like the most alpha I've ever given. Like this is no like new stuff. This is kind of stuff I've talked about before, but it's worth to stay into. It's worth to get yourself involved into. It's good to just know what is the main things that I'm looking at right now and what I'm pretty much waiting for to see what's gonna happen, right? Good stuff, not new stuff. It's just the good stuff, right? This is like all the stuff that I think have the most potential right now. I know I should be preparing you with different types of alpha. That's next week. I think since it was supposed to be a Friday video, I should just do a little bit of recap of everything that it should be on your mind right now. As of right now, we're looking at my YouTube channel, 121 subscribers. That's amazing. Oh my goodness, it just keeps going up. But first things first, we have to talk about checks. I mean, this is the talk of the town. It's not so much now, but it's like what's coming up in every single conversation should be checks, right? When's checks gonna have its move? Is it gonna have its move? I think it's only a matter of time before we do see that happen. If we do look at the chart for checks, I mean, it's this is what an NFT chart should look like. It shouldn't just look like straight up, straight down. No, this is what it should look like. Have these all-time highs, then going down to its lows to test it out again. So again, this is before we saw the major boom in checks. Went up to 2.7. Now trader mode. So this is when we saw it at its all-time local low. We'll just say that. Then it tested all-time highs again, or it did reach all-time highs of 2.8 to 2.9 ETH. Didn't touch 3 ETH. Came down all the way to 1.25 ETH. 1.3. This is like literally gifted, hand wrapped, gifted to you. Then it touched all the 2.23 ETH again, and then we saw it go down here, and we just saw a little bit of a downtrend as it moved all the way down as it's sitting at right. Oh my goodness, where it's sitting at right now, which is 1.7. Now this again is obviously a pretty great range to buy in if you believe in checks, and if you do believe which is going to happen, test its all-time highs again. So 1 ETH plus trade. So if you're looking for a checks trade, I suggest getting in around now, maybe a bit lower if you think you could test your luck, but after seeing it bounce off this 1.263, I think it's only a matter of time before checks has its breakout and test all-time highs again, which is around this 2.9 area. Now, if you don't have the liquidity for checks, we're looking at checks originals. So checks originals right now, pretty much the same. It's just going to be the same chart, right? It's going to be the same chart as checks, but the difference is it's going to be a bit less volatile, less profitable, right? So we're looking at checks at 1 ETH, and what I'm looking to get out of checks, if it does go to its all-time highs again, is probably 2 ETH. You could probably get a trade on these, unless you can snipe a rare, something more rarer at around this area. You are golden, my friend. So I think if you're looking for that checks flip, I think around 2 ETH. But if you do believe it could go higher, definitely hold longer. And the one project that I think absolutely every single person should have on their radar over checks originals, maybe even checks editions, is Opepen edition. Opepen edition has so like it's I am so bullish on Opepen edition. If I could just buy the whole supply, believe me, I would. I would bet everything. If you're weathering editions, maybe over Opepen. Checks originals, absolutely not. More volatile. Opepen edition is my number one pick as of right now for a profitable flip. My number one pick as of right now is Opepen edition. That simple. End of discussion. That's my number one pick, personally. Not financial advice. Anything I say in this video, not financial advice. I had to throw that in again. So with Opepen, we saw it test down its major support level of 0.61. And since we had some support there, it just absolutely pushed all the way up to testing this major support area of 0.81. But it did get rejected. Now we're seeing it's 0.75. Maybe if you're lucky enough, it would test 0.61 again. If you're lucky enough, I'm not sure if it will happen again. But one thing I have been trying to do is swing trading with Opepen edition, and that is something that's very, very good. Nice to me. It's good. Until we see Opepen move and break its all-time high of this 1 ETH, we'll say it's. I think that honestly, if you're willing to hold midterm projects for the biggest flip, Opepen edition is number one, and a lot of people actually are choosing Opepen over checks editions because Jack Butcher announced that he's going to work on Opepen. But again, I could make a full video on Opepen edition explaining to you all the good reasons on why you should buy it. This is your sign that if you're looking to get into a project under 1 ETH, Opepen edition is my number one pick. Next, we're talking about Merge VV. Now, this is if you don't have liquidity for those other projects, but you still want to get in on the Jack Butcher ecosystem. All right. Well, I got you. I got you. So my initial Merge VV exit was around right here, this 0.13 area before it had this major dip. What a major area of support for Merge VV is since it is obviously a higher supply project, a major support that I've seen is this 0.05 area. So I think anywhere 0.05, even I think under 0.06 is just an amazing entry for Merge VV. But I recommend if you're looking to get in for more profit, buying multiple Merge VVs because it tends to be more volatile, as we did see from this 0.024. It pumped all the way to 0.014. So buying in, honestly, I think buying in tens is perfect. If you buy in tens, that's your most profitable moments. Okay. So maybe I'll pick up some merges as well, but I think a matter of time. It's literally a ticking time bomb before merge moves, Opepen moves, checks originals move, and additions move. It's happening. Just you gotta be ready for it. You gotta be super ready for it. Okay. So merge VV, good too if you don't have the liquidity for Opepen edition. Next, we're talking about some other projects. I did talk about. We're looking at update on Ape, DeFi apes. Now, what I'm really seeing right now is the absolute involvement between three big people in the space. Okay, I'm looking at how much Bark has been involved. If y'all know who that is, a big influence in the space. How much Shill and the Villain has been involved, and how much Big Machi Brother is involved. Now, these three people are literally the only reason I think the only reason this project is moving. And what this tells me personally, again, this is my own opinion, so I hope no one gets offended by this. This is going to be an influencer bump. This is not going to be a project to stick around, ladies and gentlemen, my opinion. But we are going to see an influencer pump, whether that's to 1 ETH, to 0.8 ETH, or even higher for all we know. So if we're looking at the DeFi Apes chart right now, it has been on pause right now, holding this 0.61 floor price, or 0.62, 0.63 floor price. And yesterday was the most activity I seen with DeFi apes, and like ever since I started watching it around this area. I saw a bunch of whales start to pick up here and pick up some even rarer ones at around this area. So what this tells me is this is accumulation zone. People are accumulating their DeFi apes, and mainly I assume that Chill the Villain, Bark, and Big Machi Bro. Well, I've seen Big Machi Bro. He's been picking up those DeFi apes, but I'm not sure about Chill the Villain and Bark. I think that this is accumulation zone. People are going to be picking up here, and it's only a matter of time before we see another parabolic move like this one right here, where it went all the way from 0.2, we'll just say, to 0.6. So if you're willing to, obviously, I think DeFi apes is a higher risk than these plays. Like, I'm not going to say these are guaranteed, but these ones I have high hopes for. DeFi apes, not so much. You never know what could happen. But if you just have that, you're looking for another play under 1 ETH, DeFi apes is definitely it. Now, I'm going to give a bit of an update on Momoguru and what happened. I mean, I'm kind of pissed off. I bought in Momoguru around right here at this dip under 0.7. I went to sleep. I wasn't able to sell right here, get that quick flip, and then you could see how much it costed me. You could see how much this costed me. We're sitting at a 0.5 floor price. Now, this thing has been on only down mode, bro. Momoguru's on only down mode. And any comment on it? I honestly might just sell my Momoguru and just pick up 10. That's like if I don't see like a pump soon with Momoguru, I might just get rid of it and then just ride Merge VV to 0.1 just to make up for that loss. And that would obviously be a great move to make. So I joined their AMA. I think one of the reasons we did see a dump this hard is because I think genuine amount of people know, like, I just think they're hinting at it, right? The burn. That's what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, this burn I think is going to cause the floor price to move, but it's only a matter of time before they do announce this. And they keep, I think they know this is just making fun of this guy. I think it's only a matter of time before they do announce their whitelist or their burn mechanics. If they do announce, again, we're not 100% sure it's burn, but if it is, super bullish on it. We're gonna see it pump off of that news and then just sell there. So I'm at a decent loss right now. It's okay, if it doesn't go well, I'll just take loss and then move it into Merge VV. If not, It's whatever. I think that we will test all-time highs sooner or later. I don't honestly expect it to go under zero point 0.5. If it does go under zero point 0.5, that's when I think I just hit the loss button and I just leave. I leave. But I think general good buy for Momoguru. But again, under 1 ETH play, I'm still sitting on, open edition. If you're like thinking what of these three projects you should buy under 1 ETH, Opepen. No doubt Opepen. That's it. That's all I got for the alpha. We're looking at BTC here, dumped kind of hard. If we look at Dune Analytics, this is something that was brought to my attention when I opened it up. I had to go through 3 different websites to see if this was true, and I'm still not even sure if this is true. Yesterday's OpenSea volume was only $3.8 million. I mean, that is an absolute all-time low for OpenSea. Like, that's just scary to see that, like, OpenSea volume is that low. And no, it doesn't mean that Blur is good. Also, one more update on Momoguru. I think also another reason we've seen Momoguru, we can see a double bottom here. Also double top. Ooh, bad. Momoguru is also bad is because of the Blur farming too. I think people are what's happening is people are buying these bids, and then after they're just putting up huge walls, and that's what's caused Momoguru's floor price to just absolutely drop as well. I've seen people tweet about that as well. But again, update $3.8 million floor price dollars for OpenSea yesterday, which is kind of bad. And top 10 projects any you should be looking at. Opepen edition. Yes, Opepen edition. That's it. That's all I have for you. Longest video in a while. Thank y'all so much. Have a good day. Have a good night. If you just stay to the end, I love you so much. Have a good day. Have a good night. God bless you. Goodbye.